Good morning, my Sakonauts. It's Sako, also known as the Witch of Tylwyth Teg, and welcome to the Monday morning witchy stream. Wow, that does seem long, doesn't it? Okay, so the room is empty, but I'm gonna just go through the things that I do. First, I'm gonna do a card pull. I am using the Celtic Tarot today by Courtney Davis. No relation. And let's shuffle the deck. And I'll show you the fancy, oh yeah, here's the back of the card. It's kind of dark, but very pretty. Try and keep going for the replay crew. English, I know it. Okay. The Nine of Staves. On me. I am subscribed to myself, apparently. Oh my gosh. Go back in the box, please. All right. Nine of Staves. And the coins, and the swords, cups, wands. Strength of convictions in the face of great opposition. Successful outcomes generally, but only after some setbacks. Recovery from a serious illness. Maybe illness of the spirit, given that we're coming out of a pandemic and isolation, and both emotionally and physically. It has been a trip, and the people who dared to kind of poke their heads out apparently have been zotted by the universe with a really lousy 2022. My 2022 is going pretty well, but I am in the minority. Next is the did I actually post it? I did. Next is the ritual. I think I am gonna do chakra work today, especially talking about that. Hi, Debbie. Hooray, Debbie. Which means my StreamYard is lying to me. My StreamYard is lying to me. Okay, so the crown chakra, or Sahasrara, is what I kind of intend to tap into today. Are you feeling unwell, out of spoons? This should be especially good for sufferers of depression and those having trouble seeing beauty in the world. Sit with your hands in your lap and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And hold it for a moment. And as you let it out completely through your mouth, let go of the tension from the night and the grogginess of the morning. Take another deep breath in. As you breathe in, imagine you are breathing in pure love. As you breathe out, imagine you are breathing out forgiveness. Take a third deep breath in, and as you do so, imagine a light coming in at the top of your head. It enters at the top of your head and spreads down over your face, neck, shoulders. This cleansing light now expands along your back, down your legs, and out through your feet. It is as if cleansing light is a constant flow of soothing energy entering from your head and passing out through the arches of your feet. You can now manipulate the light into energy. Hold the light at the top of your head and watch as it turns a violet color, a purple with more red than blue. It flickers weakly at first, but with your effort, with your powers, you can provide energy to the light. As you funnel that energy into the light, it grows in size and brightness, revealing a dark flower bud. What condition is it in? How does the flower react to your touch? I encourage you to coax the flower into growing. How much effort does it take to do so? The violet light flickers again, but the petals peel open, spreading like fingers splayed apart from each other. Feel the tendons stretch in your hands, in your petals, in your mind. The more power you siphon in, the more beautiful the flower becomes, revealing that it is a violet lotus. The middle of the flower is dark, cluttered with more petals. Using your mind to pull each petal open one by one, and the violet will lighten in color, one by one. Be tender. With your attentive touch, eventually you will reveal the golden heart, and it glows like the day. Enjoy the splendor that is your mind now. Enjoy your handiwork. Take one more deep breath in and begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. When you are ready, open your eyes. Welcome back. How's your head feel? Hopefully it is beautiful and calm and glowy. Wow, it's only 10 minutes in and I've done all the things. I should do tags in this. Can I do tags in StreamYard, or do I have to do it in... Yeah, I have to do it in... YouTube. Okay, that's muted. I would like to edit this video. Can I? I don't think I can. I can report it. Okay, so can I edit it from? Oh, that isn't what I wanted. I cannot. Oh, there is a hell of a delay. For those who are watching, thank you for hanging with me. Oh, my calendar is still saying I have a therapy appointment tomorrow with a therapist who has ghosted me. All right. Well, usually I would talk about some kind of magical subject. Let me look into my book mirrors and see if there is some research that I can share with you guys. I think last time we talked about the 6 principles of chaos magic. I think I'm working with the dead for Samhain, because I think I actually have a stream on Samhain proper this year. I think I do. How about coffee magic? So, wow, this is encouraging. Use espresso and cinnamon for spells requiring speed or concentration. To draw things towards you, stir clockwise. To repel things away from you, counterclockwise. Of course, while thinking of your intention. Cold press to help slow things down or anything that requires time or reflection. Coffee beans or grounds can be used to dispel nightmares, internal blockages, or negative thoughts. Beware though, coffee also speeds up time magic. For the longest time, I had coffee beans on a spell that was under my bed to ward away nightmares. It worked. However, I was living anywhere between 6 months and 3 years worth of content in my dreams. So I would wake up feeling older and wiser and, kind of living a second life when I was dreaming. And a very good witch friend of mine, she was like, oh, coffee beans are also like time magic, so it's probably speeding up your dreams because of the coffee. And So I took the coffee beans off, and the dreams where it was years of content stopped. So my coffee is empty. So you can sprinkle fresh coffee beans on your altar to encourage summoned entities to work harder towards your goal. I put them in a offering dish, but because I don't like the clutter around my altar. It's cluttered enough as it is. Coffee. Cowboy coffee can be used in tossiography. Tossiography being like reading tea leaves, reading coffee grounds, looking for symbols in the dregs of the drink. Also, you can break a curse or recover from an illness with a coffee bath. Add a whole pot to a magical bath. Now, I don't have a coffee maker, like with the whole pot sort of situation. I have a Keurig. So I would have to basically make a teapot full of Keurig made coffee and then pour that into the bath. Curses, sanctums and guardians, lunar calendar. Speaking of the lunar calendar, it is currently the full moon, which means that it is peak energy. Blessings actually come to fruition here. Joy and gratitude are the sort of attitude you should take. All the stuff that you prepared on the new moon should come to fruition on the full moon. And full moon is a time to celebrate, especially your successes in magic and in life. What else? Astrological signs. I would say, what's your astrological sign? And I will tell you about it. However, comma, my... Oh. That is my journal, traveling journal. Speaking of coffee, I have a lovely little spell for use with coffee. So brew your coffee however you brew it. I use a Keurig, like I mentioned before. And then 3 pinches of cinnamon. And as you sprinkle it in, say, cinnamon for vision, money, and love. 3 pinches of ginger. Ginger for strength when push comes to shove. 1 pinch of nutmeg. Nutmegs for vision, good fortune, and wealth. And then kiss your fingers and kind of like wave it over the cup. A kiss keeps you happy and glowing with health. Move your hand in a clockwise circle around the cup 3 times to blend the energies together, and then put in your creamer and sugar if you do that thing. It's basically a pumpkin spice coffee. Hi, Daya. So good to see you. I've been talking about coffee. Hi, Kibby. Thank you for popping in during your lunch break. So I am running out of things to talk about. So if you have questions, if you have concerns, if you have, I also have a couple of books within my reach that I could probably review. And it's only 20 minutes in. And technically speaking, I need to do a bio. So I will be right back. Okay, sorry about that. I am here. New tarot deck. So, the deck I used today was the Celtic Tarot by Courtney Davis, who is kind of like the go-to one when it comes to Celtic art that are made modern day. The card that I pulled was the Nine of Staves, which is the super tired veteran. Can't remember what the Courtney Davis book says, but it was basically about recovering from an illness. And the meditation that I did today was assessing the crown chakra. Really good for depression and people recovering from an illness. So I guess healing and recovery is the theme that I'm going with today. This also, let's see. This mostly taps into a druidic sort of paradigm, which I'm sort of leaning into. I don't know. Because I'm working with Care Noon, so maybe I should start kind of like branching into the, Visigoth sort of aspect of my family bloodline. Hello, people who have just joined. Yeah. So if you have any questions or concerns, I can actually throw some cards. It might not make any sense, but I can shuffle it some more. If you were curious about the back, for those of you who just joined, there's a lot of detail. There are peckish puppies in the corners. There we go. See how close to the camera I can get, still have lighting. Peckish puppies. And then in the inside is like fancy swirls and stuff. Queen of Swords. She who cuts through the bullshit. Let's see what the coins, swords. A clever but scheming woman. This card also represents a keen perception with the ability to act swiftly. Those are aspects of the Queen of Swords for sure. I was having a smoke being on my phone, but healing and recovery is definitely my lane nowadays. Oh, I feel you. So reprogramming, actually, that is profound. Kind of, what kind of reprogramming are you doing? Are you shedding dogma, or are you purging toxic behavior or relationships, or what's going on, Dia? Because that sounds crazy. Let's see if there's anything else in this. I'm saving working with the dead for sewing. I guess I can talk about servitors. I resonate with the Queen of Swords as an ideal where I don't get drowned in feelings and see things more clearly. Good thinking. Being able to think with a logical brain instead of being ruled by your emotions. So, I want to show off my lap desk. I went to Second and Charles and found this. It's kind of gold in the center, and this has been exponentially helpful for all the typing on my mechanical keyboard and handwriting in my books. Well, if you gotta know, I'm working from the ground up. Whoa. After struggling for years with mental health. Well, hopefully the ritual that I did in the beginning of the stream, maybe that will help a little bit in your in your recovery path. So I strongly recommend giving this stream a rewatch. The vibes are much about rejecting the physical world. Ooh. Which I understand is part of some mysticisms. I don't reject this reality. I try to have the same kind of confidence and the same kind of determination and the same kind of freedom that I have in the astral, as opposed to my physical. I'm trying to make them basically the same person. That is currently my goal. So I came to the realization yesterday, day before, something like that, that I had two modes. I had work mode and self-care mode. So when I wasn't working, I was taking care of myself. Now that I am working only 30 hours a week, well, really 40, but I'm only slotted to work 30. And I work very specific hours. And I live with people, and I'm going out and doing things, and I have a husband and a roommate, and they both vie for my attention and also want me to kind of like pull my weight around the house, which I totally respect. So I need to work into my schedule ways that I show that I care, that I'm thinking about them. So that is something that I am working on right now. This is from my notes. Reality is a part of the mind, an outer shell within which the personality develops. That is profound. I will leave that up on the screen so that people can meditate on that for a minute. Finding balance with the physical and also work is important. Yes, it is. So I found a balance between work and self-care, and there's a lot of self-care in witchcraft. I have a book on the matter. I'm pretty sure I still have videos up regarding that book. I'm going to leave that up for a second. So reality is subjective, right? How I remember things are very different from how, like, my sister remembers things, and everything is tinted by my perspective, right? So I am a creature of power and control, and there's a third adjective I would like to include there, but I am failing to come up with the word. So, in my domain, which is here, let me make a banner real quick. Domain. So not domain, but domain, which is really just the French word for it. That is kind of my workshop of sorts. I have a room to which I have escaped since I was a teenager. I've escaped to since I was a teenager. I have since kind of revamped the room a little bit, a lot of it, kind of made it more comfortable. It was not a comfortable place when I was a teen. I'm French and I don't know this word? Oh, okay, so maybe it's not French. So a domain is your private Idaho, right? So I do a lot of my witchcraft in this place. Right now it's local, so it's not all that far from like my physical world. I am looking for real estate out in the astral plane. Currently, the neighborhoods have not been so great. Like, I think it's perfect for my brand, but I don't need trespassers. I don't need entities that already live there. I should do a description. I have a description in one of my journals. I should write out my description of my domain. Oh, excuse my stretch. So, one of the main working areas that I have that word, quarters. Ah, that makes sense. So I have a room that is in the side of a cliff. And then I do not have a door, but I can just exist on the other side of the door. Go down the stairs into a garden. And I have a huge stone slab for my working altar. It has to be big enough to support 2 people because I do a lot of sex magic. But I also have a tub, right? In the tub, I do a lot of my like sigil work and yeah, I do a lot of sigil work there. And like I'll put them on my body or I'll put them in the air and I'll destroy it in some fashion. And when I wake up, when I transition from this world to, or from that world into this world, I am already in a bath. So I can just do the self-care thing. I usually have prepared like water for me, maybe a oftentimes before I travel, I will use a hedge riding salve. I will use soul armor, which is in the form of a necklace that I have. I use my besom. I have a little besom, little tiny besom with a charm on it. which I use to dust off extra spirits and resonance and stuff like that. I have my wand, which I use as a weapon, and I have an Athane, which is a pair of scissors to open new portals. My roommate is also a epic witch, and she advised that I close the portals that I open. Which is probably why I had a trespasser who happened to be a god, but trespasser nonetheless. So I bought a key so that I could go and lock all the doors that I opened. So that is currently the state of my garden. All the flowers that I used to use a lot of virtual places, but not anymore. Except if you consider the vacuum a real astral place. That is an interesting thought. Yeah, I gotta think on that for quite a while. Is the vacuum of space, of time, is that a whole other plane? I don't know if it's astral, but it is a whole other plane. Yeah. Let me take off this banner now that we're not talking about that anymore. I didn't get if the property is on the top of the cliff or inside the cliff. It's in the side. It is currently in the side of the cliff. And it is made of windows because it lacked windows before. Totally different dimension from where I see it. Yeah. Okay, I have 15 minutes left. Give or take. I guess I could do some more chakra work if you guys are interested in that. Just pondering about the geological aspects of cliffs. Seems to be a grounding place. Yes, I have been called a grounding force. So everything about my domain is earth-based, to include poisonous flowers that are all white, now that I think about it. I did a lot of homework when doing the gardening. It used to be in a tree, now that I think about it. It is now in a cliff. And then I have stairs that come down that are part of the cliff. They are not man-made stairs, they are nature-made. Well, nature-made. An important question for me would be, what is the color of the sand? Because I assume cliff on the sea could also be pebbles. Oh. Well, the upside is you can make your domain anything you want. Absolutely. So if there is a sea connected to the cliff, you can have all kinds of land. You can have, I would feel uncomfortable without trees around, to be honest. Yeah. I have a forest and a garden and a gate that leads out to the hedge. My tulpas do not follow me to the astral plane. And so far, the God work that I have done with Kernoon, he has greeted me in the astral plane. However, I can't tell if it's actually him or someone pretending to be him. So you got to be careful when you're out there, because there are all kinds of critters that pretend to be someone they're not. Now that I remember, I had a cliff too at some point. I wonder what is the deeper meaning of that kind of place. I don't know. It depends on how you think of it. Some would think of it as mourning or longing, or depending on what culture you come from, it might mean sacrifice or reflection, or I don't know. There are so many meanings that it could possibly be, but it's all contextual. Remember, reality is subjective, right? So it is, what does that cliff mean to you? I think that's the core of it. So if you have pebbles and sand down at the base of the cliff, and then I imagine rocks at the bottom, where it meets the water. For me, it's about being removed and inaccessible. You know, I think we all need a place like that, especially during this pandemic, and kind of making a place where you can run to, where you can kind of regroup at. I also like being inaccessible. Like, there are no doors. I just exist in my space however I want to exist. It was a cliff on a canyon, no water at all. Oh, I see. I'm sorry I'm being silent. talking about domain stuff. One of the ways that I do that, Six of Pentacles. No, you're okay. I think there are a couple of lurkers which I value, but it is really good to talk to you. It's been a long time. Six of Pentacles. Business, strong alliances, an exalted position in life in which can be demanding but worthwhile. Oh, no, you're fine. Yeah. I find that there is a long ass description of the card and why they made the decisions they made when designing the card, and which is like 2 pages worth of content. Oh, sorry, cat jumped on the keyboard. I like listening to this kind of thing as I work on pencil. Well, I'm really glad that you are finding value in this stream, and I'm glad you're making progress on your pencils as well. I have a hangnail, and it is not bringing me pleasure, let me tell you. I would like to get another cup of coffee. However, that would mean I have to take my whole computer with me, and I'm not feeling that. Do I have anything in my old book of mirrors that I can talk about? There's that servitor thing. So the one time I had a servitor actually do stuff that I like that actually worked. I decided to do something simple. So here, oh, the lighting. This guy, I don't know that I ever named him. I didn't ever name him. Yeah, it just occurred to me. I went to the extent of, the first one I designed was kind of complicated. Was supposed to help me help me encourage to do chores and stuff like that. Yeah. So the one that worked, yeah, servitors are great. Well, I only have 5 minutes left, so. This servitor was to guard my sleep from my cat until 8 a.m. Do not upset my cat. Work until March 21st, and it feeds on my dreams. Each time I sleep undisturbed until 8 a.m., it will receive a cherry candy cane. So be nice to my cat. And that was super successful. So my cat wakes me up at 8. And so that was about a month that I had this servitor in action. And doing that kind of trained my cat to come and wake me up at 8, which is preferred. It's wonderful to wake up to, love and snuggles and stuff like that when I want to wake up. Okay, well, if you liked this stream at any point, I encourage you to hit the like button. And if you would like to see more streams like this one, you can find me on Monday mornings, where I will throw a card of the day and I will run you through a meditation of some kind. And I will catch you guys on the flip side.